In this video, I'm going to talk about classes and objects in OOPS and why these terms are very important when you're writing any software using any object-oriented programming language. Let's get started. So I'm going to talk about the very first thing, what is OOPS. Second thing, I'm going to talk about classes and objects. Alright, so what is exactly OOPS means? It is not OOPS. I'm sure you got my point, right? So it is basically an object-oriented programming system where we make the software with the help of classes and objects. But wait, what are these classes and objects? And do you know how to write software using OOPS concept? Don't worry, I'm going to explain it shortly. Let's take a very real-world example of library. We have seen library in school, colleges, in offices, right? And there is a librarian there who works in the library department, which will take care of issuing a book, returning a book, and managing books on different sections. We have seen different types of objects interacting in the library. For example, we have book, we have a student, we have a notebook, and moreover, these objects are having few attributes, few properties. For example, book is having name, number of pages, author. Book has some behavioral aspect also, like reading. Student object is having few attributes like name, student has age, student might have mobile number. A student can walk, speak, or run. Similarly, notebook as an object has some attributes, type, pages, weight, and we can read from notebook or write to a notebook. So as we have seen, these different objects possess some attribute and some behavior. So we can call, or we can say, object is a combination of attributes and behavior. But wait, how to make software objects? How we can realize these real-time objects into software world? We need to understand the very important concept of class before proceeding ahead. Class is nothing, guys. Class is a blueprint for making objects in software programming. In other words, it is known as collection of similar objects. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it very shortly. Let's see another real-time example, car. Car manufacturing companies need blueprint before doing any production. That blueprint acts as an architecture document or as a reference design document for the designers, for the manufacturers who are going to build that car as a product. So similarly, class is a kind of a blueprint before writing or creating any software object. We need class first to define any objects in the software programming. For example, in this example, car has some attributes like model name and number. It has some functionality. It can start, drive, and stop. There is a one user object who is interacting with car object. User can start the car, user can drive the car, user can stop the car. So user is interacting with only exposed interfaces like start, drive, stop to work with car. There are other important operations with respect to car engine, car braking, right, car turning, which are not exposed to user, and user is not aware of how those things are working. So in classes and object, every object has exposed some well-defined interfaces so that other objects can interact with it. Alright guys, I'm sure you have got at least some fair idea of classes and objects and how classes and objects in the real world can be mapped to the software world while solving a real world problem with the help of programming. In next video, I'm going to talk about few important principles of OOPS. I'll see you in next video. Till then, wish you a very happy learning. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.